Okay. Alright, that should be okay, I think. Right, so, just some French cooking. So, we're going to do pork belly, confit, or otherwise known as twice cooked. Okay, let's go through a couple of things before we start. First of all, small pork belly. Second of all, female only. Never, ever outside of female. Yep. The reason for that is testosterone. Smelly, dirty, kind of a little bit pissy. Yeah. We're doing a French marinade today. So I'm going to show you French marinade. Now, most of y'all are going to think that marinade is like covering liquid and all that sort of shit. You know, it's not. It's about infusing whatever you're doing with flavor. All right. So I'm going to show you an old school technique. It's probably one of the oldest. It's really special, and we don't generally teach this to people. So I'm going to give away the secrets of French cookery. All right. So French marinade, pork belly, cooked in goose fat, or in this case duck fat. Canard fat, which is duck fat. I'm going to use fresh thyme from the garden, Tassie garlic, because it's beautiful. And then I'm not rehearsing this shit, so this is just real, you know. So excuse me, I'll do my best, and just do this naturally and from the heart, all right? Which is the most important thing of cookery. So let's get out the blade. I'll just put this belly just here for a bit, right? I'll just get rid of this little thing. Go away. There we go. Alright, so first things first is generally you do this with rock salt. I don't have rock salt today, so I'm just going to use some sea salt. It doesn't matter. I'll explain why in a minute. So you would use garlic. I mean, the way I was taught was to use garlic whole, cut it 4 times, which seems simple, but you know, when you actually try and do it, it's not as easy to cut a whole garlic 4 times. But the reason for that is that you've got the open face of the garlic. Okay, so you know that's where it's going to obviously infuse. Now I'm going to be pretty generous, and I think you should with this because it's a really important part. If you get this bit right, your pork belly is going to come up mint. Now I got really good Stockdale pork here. It's pretty good. It's small. I don't want it big. Again, refer to the first video with the crayfish. Small is sweeter. Female, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. We're very happy. It's been cleaned really well. I've asked for the short end. And this is not for you guys. I bought this just to cook for mums, yo. So I just thought, you know, let's have a crack. So, garlic, yo. And I'm going to sprinkle that down. And we want really, you know, as much as we can because that's going to go on the skin side. So I want to infuse the pork. Now the principle here, and this is a bit, oh y'all need to listen to. Salt extracts moisture. Whatever's taken out must go back in. So by using the salt, I'm going to put some salt in here, yeah? The salt's going to pull the moisture out of the pork, the belly, and then it's going to suck up, you know, that flavour, that garlic, and what I'm going to do is thyme. In this case, I'm going to use lemon thyme, and I'm going to be extremely generous with it because I really want to get that thyme popping through the pig, okay? So quite a lot. You could put more garlic. In fact, I will put more garlic. So here we go. So we'll put a bit more. Again, I like to do it the way I was taught. And I'd love to take credit for this, but it's not me. This is Paul Rayner, who was taught by Albert Roux, La Gavroche. Alright, so I'm not talking shit here. Alright, here we go. So put all that thyme in that. And now get a bit more. Now, ideally, I'd want probably, 2 tablespoons, roughly, or half a small handful of rock salt in there, because the rock salt's going to draw better. So in this case, I'm just going to put a heap of salt to compensate for the fact that I don't have that rock salt. So pretty full on. Again, I'm cooking in my mum's kitchen, so look at it. It's not a commercial kitchen. Big difference. Yeah. So lots of salt in this case because I don't have the rock salt. So as you can see there, can you all see that? Quite a bit of salt there. Okay. And then it's really important this skin up, then skin down when we press, and then skin down when we cook, and then skin up when we serve. I'll explain that later. So pork, be gentle, and we'll press him in. Okay, get him all good. Now, the marinade is for 1 day minimum, 2 days ideally, and 3 if you can. That seems like a lot, but I really want to get that thyme garlic to really come through the pork. Later, when I cook this at about 95 degrees, slowly in goose fat or duck fat, it's going to have that flavour of the garlic and then the thyme. And when we'll cook it later, we'll do it on a rack. We'll get it to all come off, so all that fat. But remember, let's not get feared on fat. Fat's flavour. The art of cooking is to cook with the fat and then extract it later. And that's really important. And for all you, let's be conscious of everything. Well, that's the point. A lot of chefs, people, don't really get that. It shits me, to be honest. Okay, so I got this there. I'm going to wrap it up, put it in the fridge, and let it sit there for 2 days, in this case. Now, if you want to push it to the limit, your pork's fresh, well, 3, and then confit, and then, you're cooking with gas, yeah? Alright, so, I don't like the box with the blood out, it's bullshit. Another cool technique is, use your thumb, done. Okay, so nice and tight, it's all sealed, and we're all good. Obviously in the kitchen I'll label it, in a commercial kitchen I'll label it, and date it and be precise with how long I'm storing things and whatnot. But that's pretty much that. So that will be another part of the video. So basically we'll wash that off later, rinse all the gear off it, yep, and dry it with paper towel, and then I'll submerge it in the goose fat or the duck fat, whatever I've got, and cook it round about 1 kilo times 2.5 hours. So in this case, I've got 2 kilos, so I'm going to cook it for probably 3 to 4 hours, somewhere in there. I'll show you techniques. Again, I don't do anything by recipe, so I do it by feel and passion and touch. And that's just how I do it. So I'll teach you how to do that, but might seem a bit weird at this point, but that's how it's done. So again, that's in the fridge. It's going to sit for 2 days. In 2 days time, I'll finish the video and show you how to confit. Confit is submerged in fat and cooked, at a certain temperature, depending on what you're doing. Tomatoes might be lower on time with vegetable oil or olive oil. You can do duck legs in goose fat. You can do anything, really. But I'll just show you basics and we'll see how we go.